Good morning, everyone. It is April 1st, 2020, and it is day 20. I just added it up. I think I said 21. Either day 20 or 21 of self-isolation. I'm still enjoying it. I had one moment yesterday where I was like, oh, can't this shit just be over? But for the most part, yeah, I'm loving the relaxation time, the alone time. I have a lot of alone time to make up for after spending months and months and months in hostels and Airbnbs and all types of stuff. Oh yeah, I read an article the other day about how Airbnb hosts that have like hoarded all of these properties are now like panicking right now because they literally like just signed the lease for these places and set them up as Airbnbs, and that's how they pay the rent, but they like, you know, then they keep the rest. But now without anybody booking any Airbnbs, they're panicking because they're not making any money and they don't have enough money to pay the rent on all of these properties. Boo fucking hoo. Like, Airbnb has been such an issue in many cities, and I'm guilty of using them because I had to for a little while. At first I was just trying really hard to make sure that I only stayed in places that were like literally someone's home, that they were just like subletting a room to make extra income and stuff like that. That I don't mind, you know, when I'm helping out people in the community, I don't mind. But when, like, here in Seattle, I had to stay in this place because the place that I was in ended up shutting down. So I had to move to this other place whom the guy owned like 7 properties here in the Seattle area, and it was disgusting. Like, he claimed that he had a person come in and clean the place every day, daily. He said he had someone come in daily. That was part of the description. I was there for over a week and the lady only came in once, and she didn't even clean the common area, like the front area where all, like, we're supposed to take our shoes off and stuff, and it was just dirt everywhere. Yeah, I ended up staying at a second property of his that was actually, it was cleaner, but the lady never showed up at all. And I was there for almost a week as well, like maybe 3 or 4 days actually. And yeah, I was in contact with him. He was like really quick to respond, but he was like really angry with me for pointing out that his properties were disgusting. Like the faucet, the handle on the faucet was completely broken off. The refrigerator, it was just a mess. It was disgusting. It was the worst place I've ever stayed. And yeah, I don't feel sorry for those people. I really hope that he is panicking right now. I hope he's tanking, and I hope he's losing a shit ton of money, because these are people that are like literally just greedy as fuck. Like, just going in and getting all these properties that people could be like literally using for their families. Like, families need homes. Individuals need homes. And these people with all of this access to wealth already are coming in and taking them off the market. And Airbnb has been banned in several cities around the world, and I don't blame them. I wish they would honestly, they either get banned altogether, or federal, like, governments would have tighter restrictions. I know some governments have pretty tight restrictions, but of course the US doesn't care, because the US is a capitalist, like, parasite, so it condones behavior like this. And, you know, like, who cares about poor people? Who cares about people who need houses? You know, if you have a business idea, go for it, you know. So yeah, F those people. I'm just waiting on my biscuits to be done. Oh, I gotta make the veggie bacon. I'm so excited for these cheddar biscuits. I can't wait to see what they look like. I bet they're gonna be so good. I highly recommend these biscuits. Oh my goodness, with the cheddar and the garlic butter on top. Oh my god. These are so freaking good. I'm glad I waited until now to have them. because it's like the perfect moment. My fat ass loves some cheddar biscuits. So I am heading out to the store to get some more food because I'm pretty much out. I have a little bit of things left, but I have actually been putting this off for a few days now, and I thought I was just putting it off because I was being lazy and I just wasn't in the mood, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that flowers are so pretty. But yeah, I realized that I'm actually been putting this off because I'm a little terrified to go out, especially to the store, because that's a place that most people frequent. You're just surrounded by so many people, and people there like don't practice the 6-foot law, and yeah, I had to really to come to terms with that. I just don't feel 100% comfortable, but I have to do it because I have to eat, and eating is one of the things I look forward to the most during the day. One of the things from the artist way that I decided to do to be as creative as possible this week, since I can't really go out, is to find some new recipes for things and get the ingredients and cook them, because cooking is art and cooking is being creative. So yeah, I found a recipe for zucchini fritters, and yeah, so I'm gonna get the ingredients for that. So it's kind of cold out here. It's not freezing, but I have on these 2 jackets, and my hands are still a little cold. I think it's in the 40s, maybe 50 at the most, but I think it's in the 40s. This is the first time in like a week and a half that I've left my yard, so yeah, even just walking feels nice. So like I told you how I was nervous just now, my mind was on that, and I got all the way to the store, put some stuff in my cart, and realized I don't have my wallet. Since it's been so long since I left my house, and it's been even longer since I've gone out for a regular day, I usually always do a checklist: phone, wallet, keys, Metro card. But I didn't do that this time because my mind was on just getting there and getting back. Yeah, so I put my cart to the side. They'll probably put everything away. I feel bad. It was only 5 or 6 items, but still, I hate to make the workers work extra. So, what a day, what a day. So, after I came back and got my wallet, I went back to the store. The place where I left my cart wasn't there. So I was kind of bummed for a second, but then I looked around and I saw it up towards the front. Somebody had just moved it up there, so one of the workers would put all the food back that was in the cart. So luckily I grabbed it and I didn't have to, which it was only 5 or 6 things, but still. Took me an hour, maybe a little bit more to shop, because I'm still not used to the layout of that store yet, and a lot of the things are not in stock. The shelves are empty. Still no tofu, still no regular flour, but I was able to get coconut flour. Yeah, and then I stood in line for about 45 minutes. There was only, I think I would say maybe 10 people ahead of me when I first got there, but the cashier was so nice, and I feel so bad for him because he kept trying to tell a manager like, hey, I'm leaving soon. There's a huge line, you know, in my queue. Like, can you please shut it down? And I guess the manager refused. So he had to piss a lot of people off, but I don't blame him. You know, like, they're working day in and day out for very little money, very little respect. Most of them probably don't have paid sick leave. You know, he wasn't wearing gloves or a mask or anything, so he has no type of protection. I'm not sure if he had hand sanitizer or what. The whole time, I think I left here around 5 o'clock the first time, maybe 4:45, I'm not sure. And yeah, I didn't get back here until after 7:30. So it took a while, and there were only 2 cash registers open, 2 cashiers, and then there was a self-checkout, which I think there were like maybe 4 open or something like that, and they were clearly short-staffed. There was constant replay over the PA system about how they were hiring both Safeway and Albertsons in almost all locations. I don't think there's a single occupation in this country right now that's on the front lines of all of this that has adequate protection, and I feel extremely bad for those people, honestly. Like, I was probably supposed to make more of a disinfectant, but I just used like a paper towel with hot water and wiped everything down, washed all of my fruits and vegetables, immediately came in here and took off my, first after that I washed my hands with soap. Then I came in here and took off my clothes, or took off my jacket, and went and took a shower, washed my hair. Yeah, as more and more days go by and more people die, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's scary. I just made some pasta Alfredo with spinach, or creamy, I forget what they call it exactly, creamy spinach Alfredo or something like that. I don't know. Of course, I've got some hot tea as well. Hot, sweet tea, because I'm from the South. Good morning. It is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. I have no idea which day of quarantine it is. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and I was like, man, I should, you know, my brain started doing its thing. It's like capitalist conditioning, and it was like, oh, we need to get up, we need to do stuff, we need to be productive. Nah, F that, man. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm so warm, I'm so comfortable, my ass is staying right the F here. And that's exactly what I did. I fell asleep again, and I didn't wake up until like 8:15, 8:30. I was just telling myself, I'm like, there is zero need to get up. If I want to stay in bed, stay in bed. I just went downstairs and I made some breakfast. It's a smoothie bowl. I tried something different today. I tried not freezing the banana. So I put in 1 non-frozen banana, half of an orange, not frozen, a little bit of almond milk. I didn't measure, I just like kind of dump it in, and a spoonful of peanut butter. And then I blended it all up and put granola and kiwi on top. But it's not cold. It still tastes good. It's still alright. I've only had a few bites so far, but yeah, I definitely think freezing the banana and the strawberries is better. It takes a little bit more for the blender to like mix it up, but it's definitely a lot better cold. Oh well, I experimented and I decided I didn't like it, so all is well. I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast, and then we're gonna start doing shit. I just spent like 2 hours doing my morning pages. I just poured my freaking heart out because I don't know, just this whole quarantine and being all alone all the time, and being in a city where I just don't have any friends or family. I don't know, it's just really taking a toll on me. So I just wish I could feel happy or at peace all of the time. But it is time to do laundry, and then after that I'm going to make my soup. I'm not quite hungry yet, but by the time I finish making the soup, I think I will be hungry, especially when I smell it and I see how lovely it looks and tastes. Yeah, so I'm excited. This is a soup that I made. I just like randomly came up with the ingredients one day when I was in New York. It was like during a New York winter. I think it was like during a time where it was like snowstorms every day, and I just remember it being really cold. Let's go. So normally I make this recipe completely vegan or vegetarian once I put all the cheese on top, but I usually put in 3 cloves of minced garlic or just chopped up garlic, but I didn't have any garlic this time, so it's not going to be vegan. So I'm going to add some mohair chicken seasoning to it a little bit, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And there is garlic inside the seasoning, but it's also got like chicken fat and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want it to be completely vegan, obviously don't put that in there, but use garlic instead. And yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to put in. I'm just going to put in like a little bit, just like sprinkle it around just till I feel like that's enough. This is the final product. I added cheese in there as well. Some of my cheddar biscuits I had left over from the other day. Oh yeah, success.